Greetings everybody and welcome to Madrid Ball. In this video, we will do the post-match analysis of Levante versus Real Madrid. Real Madrid beat Levante 2-0 and it was marginally better from the previous performance. But yet again, we needed Thibaut Courtois to bail us out in the second half. He made some big saves, and had he not been in that kind of sublime form, the match could have ended in a very catastrophic way for Real Madrid. He was yet again our man of the match, and we saw some little bit of improvement from Real Madrid, but I won't say it was much significant. Barring Courtois, I didn't see any outfield player who really asserted himself, imposed himself on the proceedings of the game. I think the only phase of the game where Real Madrid really looked good was the first 15 minutes of the second half, where we created a number of chances, and had our strikers been clinical enough, we could have buried the game right there within 60 minutes. We will talk about that later, but coming now to the first half, neither team started well, but we had a very early goal for Vinicius Jr. It was a corner which fell for Vinicius. There was no one around him. He was completely free. He looked up towards the top right corner of goal, and moments later, the ball was nestling at the back of the net. It was his second goal in 2 consecutive matches. He showed the calmness, kept his cool, and with a brilliant technique put the ball beyond the keeper on the far side exactly where he wanted to put the ball. I was a bit surprised that there was no one marking Vinicius, and forget about that, there was no one even close to him. Vinicius had all the time and space in the world, and sometimes it can get more difficult. You start overthinking where to put the ball, what would be the best option, but Vinicius went for the right option, went for goal, and put Real Madrid in front early in the game. And we so easily could have been lavishing more praise on Vinicius for his performance had he scored from the 2 chances that he had in the second half. One was from a tight angle, and hence it was very difficult to get it in goal, but the other one, coming from a pass from Benzema, it was an absolute sitter. He should have scored, just tarnished his performance with those 2 missed opportunities. So it was a mixed outfit from Vinicius. He could have had a hat-trick, but his inconsistency with his finishing let him down. On one hand, we saw a goal of the top draw from Vinicius. On the other hand, we saw a miss of the top draw as well. So that sums up the performance of Vinicius Jr. today. Moving on, there was a very good chance for Levante, which also came off a corner in the first half. It was a header which hit the crossbar, and had that been a couple inches inside the post, they so easily could have scored the equalizer. We went into halftime with the scoreline 1-0, but in the second half, I thought in the first 15 minutes, barring the finishing, we looked very good, we were pressing well, the movement of the players was good, and the passing was crisp. And as I said earlier, it was during this period of the game that we so easily could have extended the scoreline to maybe 3-0 or 4-0, and just when you felt that Real Madrid are really going to step on the gas and show us some quality football for a prolonged period, the Levante manager made a few changes, and suddenly, Courtois had to come up with some big saves to keep our 1-goal lead intact. I think the second half was really entertaining, of course from a neutral perspective, not at all for a Real Madrid fan seeing their team on the receiving end. It was during this period that Levante player took a shot from outside the box, far away from goal. The ball got deflected and Courtois had to stick his foot out to avoid the ball from going into the back of the net. It was brilliant from Courtois. It was a heart-in-the-mouth moment for all Real Madrid fans, and I almost thought Levante scored the equalizer. Then there was a controversial decision in the 68th minute. Ramos had scored from a cross of Luka Modric, and it was a beautiful ball from Modric, but I think no one is quite sure about the reason why the goal was ruled out. Was it due to the offside, or was it due to the slight that Ramos had inflicted on the Levante man? It seemed that the referees had considered it to be offside, and when we see the replays again and again, there is no way you can call that an offside. It was tight, but Ramos looks clearly onside here. Benzema was definitely offside, but he was not interfering with the play, and I'm not quite sure what the referees thought while striking off that goal. The push from Ramos was a bit more evident, but why on earth do you have to stop the game for such a long time? They took like ages having a look at whether it was offside or not, which in my opinion, it certainly wasn't. Now coming to the performance of Benzema, I am genuinely concerned about Benzema. It wasn't a convincing performance, the chances were there for the taking, but he just doesn't look like he is anywhere near his best. He had a number of chances. Once he hit the post. In the 35th minute, there was a cross from Casemiro which he should have scored. He was stuck in 2 minds whether to hit the shot on target or pass it for Asensio on the other side of the post. But Benzema should be getting those on target. Have a look at the picture in the 83rd minute. Benzema tries a shot at goal, but it was such a tired-looking shot. It was a clear indication that his legs were gone and he needed rest. Some fresh legs could have helped us there. And yes, finally, Benzema, for his perseverance, did get a goal in the 95th minute. The Levante defense had pushed up looking for an equalizer. Levante wanted to deliver a cross from near the kickoff line to near Real Madrid's penalty box. They failed in the attempt, and subsequently, Rodrigo spots Benzema. He was through, leaving all the defenders behind with only the goalkeeper to beat. He had a lot of time, and in the end, he gets the first goal of the season. That was the highlight of the game for him, but on a serious note, we need more from Benzema. We need him to finish off his chances more efficiently and be lethal in front of goal. In the second half, there was a time when it looked like he needed to be taken off. In the end, he did get a goal, and we can only hope now that the goal will be useful in building up his confidence, and we will see a much more lethal Benzema in the future. So those are the happenings from the match, and again, the scoreline may be in our favor, but it was by no stretch of imagination a convincing performance at all. Again, we need Courtois to be the difference maker, and I am very happy about the way Courtois is performing, but I am also very worried about the number of times we have to count on Courtois to be our savior. Surely, we need to improve over the course of the season. We can't just keep relying on the Belgian wall to make those incredible saves in every match. He looks indispensable at the moment, but we have to improve. We need to have more control, and we can't keep having those phases during matches where we completely get pinned down by the opposition and our opponents keep bombarding one shot after another. So those are my thoughts from the performance that Real Madrid put up against Levante. Another important 3 points in the bag. I would like to know what you thought about the performance of Real Madrid. Who was your man of the match? Was it Courtois or was it Vinicius? Let me know in the comments below. The videos will keep coming, and so that you don't miss on any of my content that I would be uploading in the future, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you soon. Till then, as always, Hala Madrid. Yeah.